the truth is we do not know where there are tipping points in the global climate system. Scientists have identified more than a dozen tipping points in natural systems, things like the loss of Arctic sea ice that would tip climate change into an even faster heating scenario. It would take net climate inhibitors like sea ice that now reflect sunlight and warmth back out of the atmosphere into net climate contributors where open water would absorb that heat. We are on the precipice, perhaps, of runaway climate change that will be impossible to stop. And the truth is, scientists don't know where that line is. We need to focus especially on the super pollutants. And the most important of these is methane, which is responsible for 25% of warming, but is uniquely important in limiting near-term temperatures. If we focus an all-out effort on cutting methane, as I've called for and my colleague Durward Zelke and others have called for at COP28, we can reduce global temperatures by almost a half a degree Celsius over what they would otherwise be by 2050. To put that in context, even the most aggressive reductions of CO2 over that period would not reduce warming so much. So we need a tremendous focus on methane. I have, in fact, called on the United Arab Emirates, who are hosting COP28, to bring together the world's largest nationally owned oil and gas companies, who are 75% of global CO2 and methane emissions from oil and gas.
Right.
So the lion's share of emissions from oil and gas, to make an emergency effort at COP28 for an agreement to cut methane. Because if we don't cut methane in over the time period of the next decade deeply, we may have runaway climate change, which will be almost impossible to stop.